Hello students, I welcome you all in the e-learning classes of physics, and our today's topic for discussion is dimensions and dimensional formula of a physical quantity. So this is quite new topic for you people as you have promoted from 10th class to 11th. So we will discuss it from the very base, that what are dimensions of a physical quantity and what how the dimensional formula of a physical quantity is written. Okay, so suppose I have a physical quantity Q, and if I try to write this physical quantity in terms of the base physical quantities or base quantities like M, L, and T as to as raised to some power, that is power A, power B, and power C, then these powers are known as dimensions dimensions of that physical quantity Q. And this formula, if written as in this form, then this formula is known as dimensional formula. This is dimensional formula of physical quantity Q. So how we can define the dimension and dimensional formula, having understood this concept? So you will say, if a physical quantity is written in the form of powers of the base physical quantities M, L, T, or there may be four other base quantities, then this formula is known as dimensional formula, and those powers which have been written on the base quantities are known as dimensions of the physical quantity to be expressed. So this is how we can understand dimensions and dimensional formula. Okay, now let us try to write some dimensional formulas of some very common physical quantities which we use uh, on a regular basis in physics. So dimensional formula of some common physical quantities. So very first quantity we are going to start with is speed or velocity. Speed and velocity. So if two physical quantities which are having same unit, then definitely their dimensional formula would be same. Although speed and velocity are different from each other because one is a scalar quantity, other is a vector quantity, but since they both have the same unit as meter per second or centimeter per second, kilometer per second, therefore the dimensional formula would be same. So speed, that speed is equals to distance upon time. So distance out of MLT, which we have considered as base units in MKS system. So out of MLT, what should be written for distance? You will say definitely L, which represents the length. So L divided by time. So for time, out of MLT, what should be written? You will say T. So it will become LT minus 1. And if you close this in this bracket, it will become the dimensional formula of speed or velocity. So the dimensional formula of speed is LT minus 1. In some books, it is also expressed as M0 L1 T minus 1. Means whatever physical base quantity is absent, you can express as a power 0 of that physical quantity, so that this formula may be appropriate or looking good. Okay, now second physical quantity which is commonly used, suppose acceleration, we want to write the dimensional formula of acceleration. So it is denoted by suppose a. So as you all know that acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. So change in velocity or speed we can say divided by change in time. So change in velocity can be represented as delta v and change in time as delta t, where delta represent the change. So acceleration a can be written as velocity, change in velocity or velocity. The dimensional formula will be this. So it will be written as lt minus 1 in place of delta v, and delta t is the change in time. So definitely t should be written here. So t, and finally it comes out to be a. The dimensional formula of acceleration becomes lt minus 2, and it can also be expressed as m0 L1 t minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula of another common physical quantity, that is acceleration, equals to Lt minus 2. So one thing you can infer from here is that if you want to write the dimensional formula of any physical quantity, first you need to know the formula of that physical quantity. So we know the formula of velocity or speed is distance upon time, so we can easily write the dimensional formula. We know that acceleration is change in velocity per unit time, so we can easily write the dimensional formula of acceleration. So in the similar fashion, you can write the dimensional formula of any physical quantity, provided that you know the formula of that physical quantity. So we are going to write some more dimensional formula of some other physical quantities also, so that you can clear this topic as a better way. Okay, so third quantity, physical quantity, I am here taking as force. So what is the formula for force? It is represented by F, and force, you all know that force is equal to mass into acceleration. You all know this formula, you must have studied in 9th class. So force F is equal to mass into acceleration. And do you know the dimensional formula of mass? Yes, of course, capital M, base quantity. And the dimensional formula for acceleration is Lt minus 2, which we have derived here. Okay, so F is equals to m1 L1 t minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula of force, and this formula is very, very important. It will be used in almost all the other physical quantities whose dimensional formula we are going to write. So you must remember this dimensional formula for force, m1 L1 t minus 2. Okay, next physical quantity I would like to consider is suppose work or energy, because both have the same units, therefore work and energy have same dimensional formula. So work is equals to force into displacement, and as you know that W can be written as force into d, displacement. In place of displacement we can write down d. So force into displacement, and the dimensional formula of force is m1 L1 t minus 2 multiplied by the dimensional formula of d, that is distance, and for distance we can write down as L. So it becomes W is equals to m1 L square t minus 2. This is the dimensional formula of work or energy. And energy, you can write any form of energy. This dimensional formula is same for kinetic energy, this dimensional formula is same for potential energy, this dimensional formula is same for nuclear energy and any form of energy. So you never need to be confused that which type of energy is having this dimensional formula. You will say all types of energy of work is having the same formula. Okay, so now we are moving on to the next physical quantity, that is uh, suppose power, which is denoted by P. So power is rate of doing work. So power can be expressed as work done per unit time. And now we can write down the formula, dimensional formula of power as, sorry, work as m1 L square T minus 2 divided by time T. So finally we can write down as P equals to m1 L square T minus 3. So this is the dimensional formula of power. You can also write some other dimensional formulas of physical quantity like pressure. You must have studied the pressure. So it is denoted by capital P, suppose. So pressure is force per unit area. Force divided by area is known as pressure. So force, the dimensional formula of force is m1 L1 T minus 2. And the dimensional formula for area, length into length or length into breadth, so it comes out to be L square. So m1 L minus 1 and T minus 2 is the dimensional formula of power, sorry, pressure. So this is how we can express any physical quantity in terms of its dimensional formula. Okay, you can write some other dimensional formulas also, although there are thousands of physical quantity. So I will never suggest you to cram all these formulas or all these dimensional formulas. You just want, or you just need to know the formula of that physical quantity, and using that formula you can write down the dimensional formula of any of the physical quantity. But still you can learn these dimensional formulas of these common physical quantities which are frequently being used during the course of physics. So but you need not to be worried about all the physical quantities or thousands of physical quantity whose dimensional formula you need to know. So there is no need to cram those dimensional formulas. Okay, one more dimensional formula you can write down as linear momentum. Linear momentum you must have studied in 9th class also. Linear momentum denoted by P, and linear momentum is mass into velocity, and the dimensional formula for mass is capital M, and the dimensional formula for velocity is Lt minus 1. Therefore we can write down the dimensional formula of linear momentum as m1 L1 T minus 1. So this is the dimensional formula of linear momentum. So as we move on to the next chapters, there will be several new physical quantities to be faced, and when we will be facing those quantities, we will write down the dimensional formula at that point of time. So for the time you need not to be worried about all those physical quantities. Okay, so now we are moving on to the next topic, which is the applications of dimensional formula. Why we are writing down these dimensional formulas of physical quantities? Is there any application of these physical quantity or dimensional formula of this physical quantity? So yes, there are applications of these dimensional formula which we will study in dimensional analysis. So next topic is applications of dimensional formula. So let us discuss the applications of dimensional formula. So there are three applications of this dimensional formula. First one is to check the correctness of a given formula. We can check whether the formula is correct or not with the help of dimensional analysis. So this is very first application. Second application is to derive the formula of a physical quantity so we can derive some of the formulas using dimensional analysis. And third one is to change the system of units from one system to the other system, or to interchange the system of units. So these are the three applications which we will study one by one. Here in this video we are going to discuss about the very first application, and next two applications will be discussed in the next video. So starting with the very first application, to check the correctness of a given formula. How to check whether the given formula is dimensionally correct or not with the help of this dimensional formula. So suppose I have this expression A is equals to B plus C plus suppose D, and I want to check using dimensional formula whether this expression or formula is correct or not. So what I have to actually check is this expression will be dimensionally correct only and only when all these terms separately have same dimensional formula. Means suppose A has some dimensional formula, then the same dimensional formula should be of P, should be of C, and should be of D as well. So if one of these quantities is not having the same dimensional formula, then this expression or this formula will become dimensionally incorrect. So this is based on the principle of homogeneity. So what is the principle of homogeneity? Is that we can add length in length, we cannot add length in mass. So if I say you that add 1 meter in 1 kg, so you will say we cannot add, because the dimension of this is meter and the dimension is of this is kg. So this is the physical quantity which represents length, and this is the physical quantity which represents mass. So mass can never be added into this distance. So therefore this is the principle of homogeneity, that similar type of physical quantities can be added. So here also, if we are adding or subtracting some physical quantities, then their dimensional formula should be same, and this is the principle of homogeneity. So this first application is based upon the principle of homogeneity. Let us have some examples through which you can clear this topic easily. So I am having some examples. Suppose we have to check the following physical quantities or formulas dimensionally to be correct or not. So suppose first physical quantity or formula I am taking as, suppose kinetic energy is equals to mv square or half mv square. Okay, so we have to check whether this formula is dimensionally correct or not. Okay, second, suppose I am taking as potential energy mgh, so whether the formula is correct dimensionally or not. Third, I am taking as, suppose v is equal to u plus at. This is first equation of motion which we will study in second unit. So we have to check the correctness of this formula. And one more example you can take as v square minus u square is equal to 2as, which is the third equation of motion. Although these all formulas are correct, but we have to check with the help of dimensional formula or dimensional analysis. So let us select first k is equals to half mv square. So first we will take left hand side and thereafter right hand side, and if the dimensional formula of left hand side is equal to the dimensional formula of right hand side, then we will say that this formula is dimensionally correct. So in left hand side there is kinetic energy, and we have written the dimensional formula of energy as m1 L square T minus 2, which is equivalent to the work done. So this is the dimensional formula of left hand side. Now talk about the right hand side. So right hand side consists of half mv square. So the dimensional formula of constant term is not being written. This constant term has no dimensional formula. You must remember this point. So 1 by 2 we can neglect. Mass, the dimensional formula of mass is capital M, and the dimensional formula for velocity was Lt minus 1, but it is square of the velocity, so it becomes m1 L square T minus 2. So this is right hand side. So is the right hand side equals to left hand side? You will say definitely yes. m1 L square T minus 2, m1 L square T minus 2. So what can be written? RHS is equal to LHS. Therefore this formula is dimensionally correct. Okay, now moving on to the next question is U is equals to mgh. Okay, so in left hand side we are having potential energy U, and energy, the dimensional formula of energy, whether it is kinetic energy, potential energy, or any sort of energy, will always remain as, you know, m1 L square T minus 2. So this is the left hand side of this formula. Let us talk about right hand side of this formula. So right hand side consists of mgh. So let us have write the dimensional formula for mgh. The dimensional formula for m is capital M, g is acceleration, gravitational acceleration. Whether any kind of acceleration, the formula will remain same, that is Lt minus 2, the formula of acceleration, and h is a distance or height we can say, so we can write L in place of h. So it becomes m1 L square T minus 2. Or is it equal to left hand side? You will say of course yes. So RHS is equal to LHS, so we can say this formula is also correct. So this is how you can check any formula whether it is dimensionally correct or not. So suppose I am taking the third question here, and it is V is equals to U plus AT. So left hand side we are having V, and the dimensional formula of V is Lt minus 1. Now the dimensional formula for U as well as AT should be same. So first write down the formula of U. So in right hand side first we are considering U. So U plus AT it is. So the dimensional formula of U is, or what we have to do actually, if any formula consists of two or more than two terms in left hand side or right hand side, so we have to prove that the dimensional formula of each and every term is same. So first left hand side we have written Lt minus 1. Now in right hand side first we will write down the dimensional formula of U. So the dimensional formula of U is same as V, because this is final velocity, this is initial velocity. So velocity may be final or initial, but the dimensional formula will remain same, that is Lt minus 1. Okay, now let us check whether AT is having same dimensional formula. So AT we can write down as A is acceleration Lt minus 2 and T as capital T, so it becomes AT as Lt minus 1. So the dimensional formula of V, the dimensional formula of U, and the dimensional formula of AT is same, that is Lt minus 1. Therefore this formula is also dimensionally correct. And now let us talk about this also. V square, the dimensional formula of V square will be Lt minus 1 whole square, and it becomes as L square T minus 2. Now these two terms should also having the same dimensional formula. So U square will be having same dimensional formula, that is L square T minus 2. And this 2as what can be written? 2as is equals to 2 will be having no dimensional formula because it is a constant, and a acceleration is Lt minus 2, and distance, this s is a distance, so in place of distance we can write down L, so it becomes L square T minus 2. So this term is having dimensional formula L square T minus 2, this term is having dimensional formula L square T minus 2, and this term is also having the dimensional formula L square T minus 2. So this is how we can check whether the given formula is correct or not with the help of dimensional formula. So I hope now you have got an idea that how to use the dimensional formula and what do you mean by dimensional formula and dimensions of a physical quantity. In our next video we will try to understand or discuss the rest of the two applications of dimensional formula, which are also very important to derive the formula of dimension of a physical quantity and to interchange the system of units. So thank you very much for watching this video, and if you like this video, please don't forget to share this video among your friends. Thank you very much for watching this video.